Hi, my name is Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Okay, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, I know, and concerts have been shut down for close to a year. But let's be optimistic and let's start thinking about what's going to happen when concerts start coming back later on this year. After all, vaccine shots are getting distributed at the rate of close to 2 million a year in the US, and the peak of new COVID cases appears to be behind us. I recently read an article that mentioned how the savings account of many people have actually grown during the pandemic. If you have been employed and working, you haven't been able to really spend your money on travel or on live entertainment, music, theater, and certainly you haven't been going out to dinner, even though you may have ordered in some food. But the savings accounts that are larger, if you combine those with the pent-up demand for live entertainment, it's reasonable to expect that people are going to want to enthusiastically return to live concerts as soon as they start up. Although, in reality, it will probably happen a little bit in fits and starts. Concerts may be limited again, and they start up again, like so many things, outdoor dining, schools, etc., during this pandemic. The experts in general, however, seem to agree that by the second half of this year, things will return to normal again, including the resumption of concerts. Probably with some limitations, mask wearing, maybe distancing, limited capacity, but concerts will be back. Now, how do you get ready to make the most of the return to live in-person concerts? Well, if you're an artist who gigs, you want to make sure to think about some of the following items. If you have new songs, it's probably a good idea to plan an album release around mid-year to give you an extra reason to gig or to tour. Get your recording done, order some CDs to drive some income or other merch, some t-shirts to sell. I mean, you've been shut out from gigging income. You want to make sure that you maximize it. You may want to order some custom printed face masks, since face mask wear is probably going to be something that's going to still be happening at least through the end of this year and into next year. In a worst case scenario, if you've recorded your album, you've made CDs, and concerts are not ready to come back yet, you can always hold off on the release date until such time that concerts start happening. Now, if you don't have new songs, you should still make sure that you have a stock of discs, CDs, vinyls, t-shirts to sell at your concerts. You want to be able to maximize your concert take-home income. Then you want to start looking at your list of booking agents and start doing a little bit of research. Do some cleanup as needed so that as soon as venues start opening up, you can start hitting the phone and hitting the emails and start working on getting some gigs booked. Speaking of maximizing your income, look into contactless or mostly contactless payment methods. The Square credit card reader jacks that plug into your mobile phone, into your smartphone, are a great way to accept credit cards. And by the way, artists who accept credit cards for merch typically see about 3 times the merch revenue than artists who just accept cash. And nowadays, there's ways that you don't even need to take credit cards to get payments, and you don't even need to take cash. You may want to look into a secure Venmo option, which many fans have nowadays, and is an interesting way to experiment and see if that's a way to sell more merch. Of course, you need to do the online basics as well. Make sure your album is live on the digital streaming platforms and on Bandcamp for online buyers. You can even sell merch through Facebook and Instagram nowadays, and I'll probably talk about that some more in a future video. And you want to make sure that you set some funds aside to market your gigs. Just doing organic, free social posts is not going to get you the reach nowadays anymore that you need in order to really draw people to your concerts. And it's pretty affordable with Facebook, and CD Baby actually has a pretty cool marketing platform called show.co, that has some pretty nifty tools. Lastly, I just want to stress that for you to make sure you're ready to kill it at your concert, you need to rehearse, and safely, of course. it's been quite a while since most musicians have performed live, or even since they've gotten together. So there's likely some rust to shake out before you get onto that stage. Once you start gigging, make sure you stay safe and healthy, practice good hygiene, keep your distance, wear your mask, sanitize. You don't want to get sick halfway through your tour. So there you go. Record and release an album, make sure you have product to sell and a way to take payments, get ready to start booking as soon as concerts start opening up, promote your concerts online, and make sure you rehearse and you're ready to kill it. Now all we have to do is wait for venues to start opening up in a few months. Hope you found this helpful. See you next time.